guys, what is going on? And thank you for watching my videos. I'm Stephanie, in case you did not know. Today's video is going to be just a little bit uncomfortable, a bit uncomfortable maybe for you. I don't know. A hit dog will holler. If it don't apply, then let it fly. So, this conversation is going to be directed mainly towards cis het men, which by that term they mean cis and heterosexual men. That is men who are straight, who also identify with their assigned gender. And we are just gonna talk about, you know, some of the trash that y'all been doing. Y'all been gaslighting us. It's been on my mind, it's been on my heart, it's been on my spirit. So I need to let it out. I need to release this energy. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So, black men, I'm gonna need for you to come to the front of the congregation. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on. All right. So, now that I have your undivided attention, there's a few things I need to talk about. This conversation was really driven. I've been noticing it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, all social medias, that there's been a conversation happening with black women holding black men accountable, as they should. Y'all been doing some trash stuff, and when I say y'all, that like once again, that's a blanketed statement. If it don't apply, let it fly. Same thing with N-words ain't nothing, B-words ain't nothing, all of that. If it don't apply, it just don't apply. But if it applies to you, oh baby, you gonna hear me and you gonna feel me today. So all throughout social media, I've been seeing this conversation, holding black men accountable, as they should, because once again, they're hijacking movements that, you know, granted they are a part of, but they're not supposed to be censored around it. So the whole Black Lives Matter movement, I'm going to give you a little history. The Black Lives Matter hashtag, which started the Black Lives Matter movement, was started by 3 dark-skinned black women. I'll have their information down in the description box down below if you want to just read up on them and all that good stuff. But they're the ones who started the Black Lives Matter movement. As we all know, the Black Lives Matter movement is a movement that was supposed to say that black lives aren't superior, but that they matter too. That's the whole point of the whole point of the argument. Yes, all lives matter, but all lives can't matter until what? Black Lives Matter. And it's a response to the systematic racism that this country is founded and built upon. We went from slave ships to jails. Like, it's just what it is. We went from one slavery to another, and it's still happening to this day in the year 2020. Like, it's still happening, and unfortunately I don't see this ending anytime soon. It may not be for a few more generations before some change that we're trying to work for actually comes into fruition. But with that being said, the conversation really started from I'm going to read the actual comment, and it frustrates me because it was a black woman who started the conversation, that what she said didn't sit right with me, so I felt the need to comment. What she feels doesn't sit right with me, and I'm gonna let her have it. I'm gonna let her friend have it, because another girl, also black girl, tried to come at me for feeling the way I feel, and I don't like it. It frustrates me. I mean, there's always going to be those stragglers. Once again, I'm going to say this. have always said this, and I always feel this way. I'm for every black girl. I pour more. I'm for every black person, but I pour more love into my black girls. Period. Especially my dark-skinned black girls. Like, I'm gonna pour more love into you. It's just what it is. I have been checking myself recently with everything that's going on, and my internal implicit bias, and my how was conditioned to feel certain type of ways, unfortunately, when I look at a certain type of person, and that's not the case. So I have been checking myself, and I have realized that, girl, you got a lot of work to do. I have a lot of unlearning to do, and I'm still unlearning that, and I'm learning new things to replace the things that I'm unlearning, and I'm proud of that, and I want black men to do the same thing. So I'm hoping that you take this video with love, because that's where it's coming from. It's coming from love, but boy, you got to do better. So the conversation started. It said, I'm really trying to understand how black women going hard on black men during a time like this is helping. And my response was, so she asked the question, I gave her an answer. I said, because they're throwing us in dumpsters, laughing and hitting us in the face with skateboards for rejecting them, and molesting and killing us. We want them to be held accountable for the damage that they're doing while we're risking our lives fighting for them while they discard us. Is my response. It's always going to be my response. And of course, I got the very first thing that a black man does. He doesn't listen. What does he do? He gaslights me. And he decides to say that, you know, do the whole, you know, a black man as a whole didn't do this. That's just like saying all cops aren't bad. Sis, like, what? No. That's just like saying when I say Black Lives Matter, you come back to me and tell me all lives matter. It don't work that way. You gaslighting me, and I recognize it, and I see it. I don't like it. It's not cute, sis. It's not cute. And he wants to say hold those who did that accountable. Don't condemn all of us, because some of us would have went to war with those doing any of that on the spot. And my thing is, I like, you want to, if you're gonna go to war and hold people accountable, good. I'm glad you are, because they need to be held accountable. But all of y'all need to be held accountable as well, because you gaslighting me right now ain't the move. You saying this to me right now, but I'm telling you that I feel the pain of my sister, and you want to sit here and tell me that, oh, well, don't do it that way. That's the same thing that J. Cole just did to No Name, telling her to pacify her voice and tell her that, oh, well, educate me, as if this girl don't got a whole freaking book club and a whole Google Doc full of books that you can read yourself. But nigga, you graduated with a 4.3 GPA from high school. I get it. You know, you pay people to do whatever you do in college and got the grades you got in college. I mean, a lot of us pay for term papers. I didn't, but some people did. I enjoy writing. But anywho, that's not the moral of the story. Moral of the story is, sir, you could have done the reading yourself. Same way as if I'm gonna hold one person accountable, you're all gonna hold accountable. And they want to sit here and they throw it in my face saying, oh, well, you know, black women do it too. That was their response. Even a black woman said that to me, saying 2 black women told that to me, that, oh, well, black women aren't no better and da-da-da-da, and we say da-da-da-da. I don't care. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China at this point? Because that's irrelevant to this conversation. Her response to me, the girl who originally made the post, this was her response to me, y'all. This is her response. Honestly, every time something terrible happens at the hands of a black man, doesn't mean it's okay to call them out as a whole. The change starts with us, and we have to find a middle ground and get that anger and hatred out of our heart and understand what brought some of us to where we are as people. Immediately labeling them as monsters, as if mental health issues and past traumas don't exist, is harsh. The things you've mentioned here are sickening and unacceptable as a whole. It just doesn't define, all black men. Let's continue to teach each other and love on each other as much as we can. First of all, sis, my job is to educate K through 12. That's it. I'm not gonna educate no grown-ass man on how to love me. I'm not gonna educate no grown-ass man on how to protect me. You're 30 years old, sis. Figure it out. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. Period. Y'all not finna gaslight me and saying that how I feel is wrong, because it's not. And it doesn't sit right with my spirit. And it's like, you literally are saying stuff like this, like, literally major things have happened in this past week. 2 black women at the hands of black men. Break it down. We have 1. First of all, towing is, and what, well, okay, let's break it down. So Breonna Taylor's killers are still free. Granted, yes, that is not part of this conversation of holding black men accountable. But one, we're not saying her name. Black men are not saying her name. And that's where the issue is. Then, like I said before, the movement was created by black women. And once again, y'all are eradicating black women. Y'all aren't saying our name. We have women dying by the hands of police as well. We also have our black trans brothers and sisters dying by the same hands of the police. And no one is talking about them. 2 years have passed. And there was a black trans woman hanging from a tree, and the police department of her city decided that they weren't going to pursue her murder because they didn't get enough press. What? So this week, let's start off with this week. We have J. Cole telling No Name that she needs to pacify her voice, and she needs to teach him, a man in his 30s, needs to teach me what it is about as if this girl, like I said, ain't got a whole book club. Like, go read a book, read an benevolent book. Please do that. You have Towen, who was a Black Lives Matter protester, like activist in these streets, was not only finding refuge from her own family. Dark-skinned black woman having to find refuge from her own family. She has said multiple times that she was molested by her brother, and her family decided, and when her family was also the abusers of her, left her family to go find refuge in the church, and was homeless, but still decided to put her black life on the line, and was a front line in Florida protesting for Black Lives Matter. And mind you, majority of the stuff that she was talking about was about a black man, George Floyd. And so then she thought a black man would help her, and instead, what does he do? He disposes of her. He uses and abuses her. He decides to molest her. As she's talking about her molestation on Twitter, she goes missing, and then her body is found 3 days later, all at the hands of a black man. You have, in the same week, 2 incidents of black men hurting us. Literally, there was a group of black men who threw one of us in the dumpster while wearing Black Lives Matter t-shirts. Let me say that again. They literally threw us away. Like, I'm just... They literally threw us away. And they laughed about it. Like, they literally threw us in a dumpster. It was a group of black men wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, picked up a girl and threw her in a dumpster. And while one friend was literally recording them, they were all laughing. Because we're a joke. Black women are a joke. Out of every pyramid that has ever been created, we are at the bottom of that pyramid. No one cares about us, but yet we do so much. We are literally saving everybody, but when is somebody going to save us? When? You literally have another girl who rejected a guy, just a random guy, a random guy just comes to her and was like trying to get at her, and she tells him no, which is her right to say no. What does he do? He gets his skateboard, a metal skateboard, and smacks her in the face. And him and his friend recording are laughing about it. Once again, black women are disposable, and that's what I mean. Like, y'all sit here and y'all think that we're disposable, and you have such this elite, like, superiority complex to you, and it just infuriates me that you feel like we are at your disposal at all times. You feel like you are entitled to us, entitled to our bodies. You want to police our bodies, police what we say. You want us to submit, but then you also say that black women are trashy. They're ghetto. They're loud. They're this. They're that. They can't submit. They're angry. All of this. But yet we can't hold... But yet we still are telling you it's okay for y'all to say that, but protect us, love us. We're literally begging you on our hands and knees to love us, to protect us. And what do? Throw us in the dumpster. You throw us in the trash, literally in the trash. So don't come at me with no gaslighting bullshit saying that, oh, well, it's not all men. All police ain't bad, right? Of course. Abolish that shit. You need to abolish your mindset. Like, that's just, I'm not saying abolish black men, because I love black men. I love everything about a black man. I am created from a black man. I can never sit here and say I don't like black men. I love y'all. I love y'all. Everything that I say is coming from love. It's coming from love. I want y'all to do better. I need y'all to do better. I need you to want to do better. I need you to need to do better. Because you have to. We're literally dying, protecting you. You literally come from us. We nurtured you. We loved you. We cared for you. We literally grew you in our stomachs. And you want to sit here and bash us. But then just last month, you were talking about how much you love your black ass mama. It don't make sense, sis. It don't make sense. And it ain't cool. It ain't right. No. You need to hear us. Protect us, love us. When we say black women lives matter, we mean that. When we say black trans lives matter, we mean that. And we stand on that. You need to do better. You need to do better. You need to protect us. You need to love us. You need to do better. Period.